You feel it, don't you? That sense that you're being watched. That someone or something is observing your every step. But here's the truth. It's not paranoia. It's real. You're being monitored, but not in the way you think. This isn't about cameras, governments, or people spying on your social media. This is far beyond the physical. The realm watching you operates in silence. It watches not just your movements, but your intentions. Chosen one. The moment you were marked, you became visible in dimensions most people ignore. And ever since then, eyes have been on you. Not just people, not just enemies, but spirits, entities, energies. Your light isn't just felt, it's seen. And in the unseen realm, that kind of light draws attention. Some of it divine, some of it dark, but all of it is aware of one thing: you're not ordinary. You've been wondering why things feel heavier lately, why your mood shifts for no reason, why you sense a presence in a room even when you're alone. It's because your atmosphere is active, monitored, not to harm you, but to study you. Because the moment you aligned with purpose, you triggered a cosmic reaction. Heaven took notice, hell did too. And now, you're not just walking. You're being tracked spiritually. Every prayer you whisper, every thought you reject, every temptation you overcome, every moment you choose light over darkness, it's all being recorded in realms you can't see. There are scrolls being written with your obedience. There are spirits assigned to watch, not interfere, but observe what happens when someone truly aligns with divine purpose. You're being watched not because you're weak, but because you're rare. The system wasn't built to understand you. The patterns around you can't explain why you glow differently, why you hear things others miss, why you walk into a place and it shifts without a word. That's because you're operating on a spiritual frequency, and that frequency makes you impossible to ignore in both the natural and supernatural world. And while some spirits monitor to attack, others monitor to assist. That's what most don't realize. You're being guarded as much as you're being watched. Angels don't always speak. Sometimes they just stand, silent, observing, keeping record, taking action the moment darkness moves too close. You've been saved from things you never knew were forming, blocked from attacks that never got past the border. Because while you sleep, you're being watched by the divine. But the enemy? He's watching too, studying your patterns, tracking your growth. Not because he can stop you, but because he fears where you're going. You've become too aware, too aligned, too disruptive to the plans he had for others. And now you're not just protecting yourself. You're a threat to the systems of deception. That's why the monitoring has increased. And it's subtle. You'll feel it before you see it. The urge to doubt, the sudden heaviness, the strange fatigue when you're about to do something important. It's interference, not by chance, but by design. Because if darkness can't destroy you, it will try to distract you. But you're too tuned in now. You recognize the patterns. You're not just reacting anymore. You're discerning. You're not being watched because you're in danger. You're being watched because you've become dangerous. Your thoughts are weaponized. Your words carry frequency. Your silence has authority. And that kind of presence can't go unnoticed. That's why you feel eyes on you. Why people you don't know are drawn to you. Why others stare but never speak. It's not them. It's what's around them reacting to what's in you. You've become a spiritual event, a phenomenon. And everything in the unseen realm is paying attention to see what you'll do next. Will you rise or retreat? Will you speak or stay silent? Will you give up or go deeper? Every decision you make echoes beyond the physical, because the path you're on doesn't just affect you. It activates timelines, people, destinies. That's why the pressure has increased. It's not personal, it's prophetic. You're not just being monitored because of who you are now. You're being watched because of who you're becoming. And that version of you, it's a threat to every lie the enemy built in your bloodline. You're the interruption, the generational shift, the awakening in flesh. But don't let the eyes scare you. Let them remind you. You are significant. You are on path. And you are seen. Heaven is watching. Hell is watching. Creation is watching. And most importantly, your own soul is watching, waiting to step into the fullness of who you were designed to be. So move like you're watched, not with fear, but with fire. Speak like your words are being recorded, because they are. Pray like angels are listening, because they are. Walk like the atmosphere is responding to your presence, because it is. You're not alone in this moment. You are surrounded by witnesses, spiritual spectators who know you carry something the earth hasn't seen yet. And here's the wildest part. The more silent you become, the more visible you are in the spirit. The less you explain, the more your energy reveals. The less you announce, the more the unseen respects. Because your power isn't in what people can measure, it's in what spirits can't deny. And what's coming next for you is going to make everything watching witness your rise in a way they can't stop. What's coming next for you is going to make everything watching witness your rise in a way they can't stop. Because what they've been watching is not your failures, not your struggles, not your mistakes. They've been watching your response. Every time you were betrayed and didn't become bitter. Every time you were tempted and still chose purity. Every time you felt like giving up and still moved forward. That's what shook the realms. That's what made heaven say, "This one is ready." You weren't being watched to be judged. You were being watched to be positioned. Chosen ones are monitored because they carry too much impact to move unnoticed. Everything about you is strategic. Your pain, your timing, your presence, even your delays were monitored because the enemy knew that if you ever came into full awareness of who you are, he wouldn't be able to contain the effect. That's why some things in your life felt delayed. It wasn't because you weren't ready. It was because the environment wasn't. There were people still attached to your journey who didn't belong in the next level. Energies still clinging to your past that had to be removed. So heaven slowed the release, not to punish you, but to protect the promise. And now, the monitoring wasn't just for surveillance. It was for timing. And now the signal has changed. Now the watchers are witnessing activation. You can feel it. The way your thoughts are faster. The way your intuition is louder. The way your spirit is more sensitive. That's not coincidence. That's divine permission. You've passed a spiritual threshold. And with that comes a new kind of visibility. You are now visible to the throne, not just as a servant, but as a vessel, a deliverer, a breaker of old systems. And this new visibility changes everything. Because now, those who once overlooked you will wonder why everything around you is shifting, why the favor is increasing, why what took others years is coming to you with ease. It's because you're not moving by chance. You're moving by divine instruction. The monitors don't dictate your destiny. They witness it, and they've now been commanded to stand back and let the prophecy unfold. That's why even your enemies are silent now, because their spirits know what their mouths won't say. You're covered. Their energy shifts around you. They can't explain why they don't like you, but they feel threatened, not by your personality, but by your presence. You carry something ancient, something holy, something assigned to shift the very fabric of this reality. And you've done it all without needing a stage, without needing applause, without needing to prove anything. You've been faithful in the shadows, and now you're being released in the light. But even your elevation won't be loud. It'll be divine, strategic, silent, yet unstoppable. Because you were never meant to fit in. You were sent to break through. And even the forces that tried to trap you are now watching in silence as your soul breaks free. They tried to shut your mouth. They tried to isolate you. They tried to wear you down through delays. But instead of breaking you, they built you. And the monitors didn't realize they were only giving heaven more reason to accelerate your rise. Because every unseen obedience was documented. Every hidden sacrifice recorded. Every time you gave without being thanked. Every time you forgave without an apology. Every time you stayed silent when you could have clapped back. It all counted. It was seen. It was monitored. And now, it's being rewarded. Not just with blessings, but with assignments. You're not just about to receive things. You're about to release things. Prophetic words, strategic moves, financial flow, emotional healing, creative ideas that spark revolutions. You're being trusted with influence, not for popularity, but for impact. Because now that the Watchers have confirmed your heart, the gates have been unlocked. And now, chosen one, you walk as one who is known in both realms. You'll notice it in how people treat you differently. They'll sense the weight on you, even if they don't understand it. Some will draw close, others will disappear. Let them. Everything that stays now must match your mission, and anything that doesn't match will be gently removed by divine hands. Because now, your path is set.